everyone. My name is Alicia Neal with Brow Skeleton. I hope you all enjoyed the summit, and I'm so excited that you're getting the opportunity to watch this video replay that I've created to share a little bit more with what Brow Skeleton actually is. It is a transferable tattoo. You can see here I used a little stencil stuff, and it applies directly to the skin, allowing you, the artist, to microblade or nanoblade right over the pattern, giving you accuracy and symmetry on both the left and right brow. It's going to, one, really boost your confidence really quickly because you're gonna have that roadmap right there in front of you to master that pattern without even hesitating or having self-doubt. And it's also going to quicken up your service that you are providing to your client by having that there on your tray. And so a couple ways that I use it. Okay, so when you have your client ready and mapped after you have their shape and you've got all of that, I like to apply the browlet stencil within that mapped area. It's not going to lay in there perfectly, so you might have to cut it in half and place it to have it line up and to be able to give you that guide that you need. And so as you can see, they will come in strips that have the left and right brow on there for you. So you would be able to apply that same exact pattern and mimic it perfectly on the left and right brow. So that is one way to use the browlets. Ultimately, these are ideal for clients who have little to no hair that will lay on the skin really nice and precise. If you do have a client with some hair, you can trim it down really slow and just hope that some of the pattern will lay out enough for you to be able to use your skill set and kind of mimic it and follow it that way. If you have a client who does have a lot of hair, but you're still struggling with patterns and really not quite sure, I use it as a side-by-side. I honestly will lay the pattern on top of my client's chest and start to create the pattern slowly, going back and forth from the right and left brow. Now that is how you use the brow skeleton in your treatment. It is a part of your tray setup. It is something that you would discuss with your client and seeing what browlet is optimal for her hair growth and her pattern. And it also gives her a chance to kind of know what she's going to be getting. The 8 browlets, this lookbook is downloadable on the online course. It shows you the pattern. And this, for example, is the Bougie Babe. This is a classic pattern. It's got those upward strokes and then starts to transition. But this is also like a pretty intricate pattern because there's a lot of strokes there. So you want to have some skill set and some experience with doing that and knowing how to do that without creating like a lot of bleeding under the skin and then it turning into a messy blob. So I do have a lookbook that will go over each pattern and what pattern style it is, and also like if it's good for a combination brow or if it's just good for microblading. But all of these you can really modify and utilize to what is best for you and your client. This is just a guideline. It is a tool to help you be successful in creating that symmetry and accuracy in the left and right brow. It's also going to help build your confidence quickly because again, it's right there. It's a roadmap. It's just straight up copycat it and get it on the skin. And then also it's going to help cut down on time when it comes to that, because you've already spent now a lot of time mapping out their brow and getting that perfect shape and numbing. So numbing comes on. I like to numb after I put this on the skin. So I put this on, I let it sit for a minute and then I put my numbing cream on top and I let it dry and then I gently wipe it away so that you will still have those fresh lines there. They will be lightened, but you'll still be able to see them. And a lot of this blue comes off by the time that you've cleansed their brows at the end of the treatment. So that is one way that I use it on an actual client. I also use the browlets. They're great for training if you are an educator or looking to be an educator and wanting to build up a curriculum around patterns. This is a great system to literally have and to work. So a couple tools for clients, for your students to practice with are the skins and the head with the little like attachments here that I like. And I literally will have students take a pattern and practice it from the left and right brow, literally mimicking. And this is going to help just like memory and get your mind trained and get the hand and motion mobility flowing. And it'll feel really natural the more that you do it. But I struggle on the left side, which is kind of why I wanted to create something like this. And so you really work on my left hand and getting positioned and working on my pressure. And then if not on the skin, you can also do it on the head and actually get into your chair and your position and start getting comfortable with getting around the head and working your tool the way that you need to. And then also mastering patterns. Like once you've got mapping down, I mean, the next struggle that a lot of us have is the patterns and not knowing what to do. I've learned from a lot of educators, and I've seen work transition from like 5 years, from when they started to 5 years later, and you see the struggle of the come on in. Thank you. Just go ahead and set it down. I'm doing a recording. Oh, great. Thank you. Have a good day. You're welcome. Bye. Live action. So you see a lot of artists that go through that transition. You know, you master patterns as you have experience. But as a new artist, you're struggling with getting clients. You don't have that live action practice to understand patterns really quick. So that is a skill set that develops years down the road. Now, there's so much great education and tools like brow skeleton that where it took me a couple of years to get good at patterns, it's going to take you less time and you're going to get there a lot faster. And this is just a tool to help you get there a little bit quicker. The OGs in the industry have all learned the hard way. We have botched a lot of brows. So we're trying to slow down on botching of the brows and get you newer artists confident and killing brows much faster than we had to in the beginning. But like I said, there's tons of education and tools out there now that are showing you the do's and don'ts and the tricks and stuff like that. So this is brow skeleton. As single artist, if you're interested in just one of the patterns or two of the patterns, you get these, they come in these little packets. You're going to get 2 stencils in here. So this, what cost you $15, also has like a $1,200 return on your investment, because you can feel confident that you know that you're going to give your client a perfect brow. So this is going to help boost your sales and your confidence and also speed up in the treatment. Now, if you are an educator and you're looking to put these in kits, I have wholesale options where you would get a sheet of all 8 patterns and you would have 7 stencils of each. So I think that ends up being like 56 stencils to fill your kits up with. And that is an option as well. And then if anyone is interested on a bigger scale, brow skeleton is being sold as of right now exclusively through Tool Beauty Supply Company, and you can buy them in wholesale bigger bulk prices through them. So there are lots of options. Brow skeleton is again a tool to help you master brow patterns. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me at alicia@browskeleton.com. You can also direct message me through Instagram at browskeleton. And you can also find me on my website at browskeleton.com and learn a little bit more about the online course that I created for newer students to show you how to implement brow skeleton into your practice and how to implement it onto your tray. And it also shows you all the tools and fun things that I love that help me become successful and a better artist. So I hope you've enjoyed this presentation. If you have any questions, again, please don't hesitate to reach out. I wish you much success. This was such a passion project of mine. It was something I wish that I had. There's so many great tattoo artists out there that use stencils that create magic. So it was just time for one of us in the industry to like do it and create it. And so these are, again, just a really nice training wheel for you to master brows and create magic. And thank you all and enjoy your day.